We talk about these foods that can transport us to anywhere on earth depending on what seasonings or ingredients we choose. Today we're going to be using for our transport Cheshire pork, St. Louis style ribs, and we're going to Mexico. Let's get in the action. First things first, we need to stabilize our Kamado Joe Big Joe 2, 325, maybe if you're like me, 350. I like to go a little harder than a lot of people. Second thing, we need to get rid of the membrane here. And I don't understand what all the controversy is, you know, yes or no.
There's controversy?
Yeah, it's like, the answer is yes. You get rid of the membrane, right? You're
Always.
Yeah, because you're not doing any favors. Nobody wants to chew on that. It's elastin, right? It's not going to break down. Smoke can't get through it. Seasoning can't get through it. Use the paper towel trick if you like.
It's a good trick.
Yeah, I'm just going to go right here in the middle and create a pocket that's going to allow me to peel from both sides. No big deal, just however you need to get that membrane off. So in a lot of these like barbecue rib videos, you see people using mustard as a binder, and I get that. The mustard taste kind of cooks out throughout the cook and you don't even taste it, and you've got that tack, which is good for seasoning. But I want to think about what we can do to lend some of these Latin flavors. And today I'm going to use a little bit of chipotle and a little bit of lime. So we're just going to open some up, and I chose the chipotles that are already diced up. That way I'm not putting them in a food processor and have to clean that, or you know, dicing them on a board. And we're going to go with a little lime juice in there too, to just give us a little lift, a little acidic elevation in our binder. And we're just going to mix that up. If it looks a little loose, add a little bit more of that chipotle. Perfect. Now we're gonna go straight on and just smooth that out. You know, we could marinate in this, which would be a lot of fun, but you just want to see it wet enough to change that color. Let's get the other side now. And a binder is nice. It's a great opportunity to impart some flavor, a little more moisture content on the outside, and it's gonna help that seasoning stick a little bit than it normally would. Speaking of seasoning, today we've chosen a Lane's Barbecue Chili Lime. And so you can see where this is all going, right? It's all coming together. We're looking at those Central American flavors right on top. And that looks fantastic. All right, so we've got our nice binder on there using the smoked jalapenos and the chipotle. So it's already got some smokiness going for it. And then a little bit of lime juice, zip, pop, elevated. And then that chili lime has got actually dehydrated lime, sugar, and cilantro in it.
Good.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm thinking all the way to the end here, you know, what's gonna be our final glaze? I'm thinking a chili verde. All right, so a lot of big, bold, zippy flavors. Before we get it on the grill, I'm gonna do one other thing. I wanna cut this into 3 or 4 bone pieces. And it's always best when you're cutting through the bones to see where you are, right? I don't like to go from the other side. You can't see exactly where the bones are. Look at this nice straight bone here, so I'm just gonna cut right in between. And I've got these nice plate sections. A lot of chefs or barbecue chefs will cut that off because they want this perfect square look. Well, I'm not into necessarily just aesthetics. I'm into eating, and I love that end piece right there. So we're gonna leave that connected. And if you've noticed the presentation side, because we've been flipping and this cutting board's a little wet, don't be afraid to put another layer of that chili lime right on top. Let's jump over and check out our grill setup today and get our smoking wood placed in the fire. So we're stabilized at a really nice temperature of 350 degrees. And today I've chosen mesquite wood. And notice right here we've got some glowing embers. That's where you want to place your smoking wood. If you're new to the channel, we don't use soaked chips. We don't use wood chips at all. I like to use the larger chunks. Ribs don't take a lot of smoke, right? You don't need a whole lot. If you put too much smoke on them, I guess what I'm trying to say is smoke is a very powerful seasoning, and less is more. We want the hint of smoke versus tasting that ashtray effect. Yeah. I'm not into that. So presentation side first, and we're gonna go on this semi-indirect side, right? We've got 1 half moon deflector shield, and I'm going bone side up, so meat side down. Little bit of sizzle right off the bat. This is lovely. You know what I might want to do too? Notice that I've got the ribs going north to south. I might even want to face the bones, the revealed bones, towards that heat and just get some quicker rendering. I think this is going to be a 2-hour cook today. So we're going to try to get these ribs done at 350 Fahrenheit in 2 hours. So at the 1 hour mark, we're gonna wrap them. But right now, we're looking fabulous. Is that too much? You guys following me? I just said a lot there. 350 degrees, bone side towards the heat. At the 30-minute mark, we'll flip it so the other bones are closer to the heat. Then 30 minutes, AKA 1 hour into the cook, we're gonna wrap. 30 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit on these ribs. Let's go ahead and turn them so the other side of the bone is facing the heat, and look at how those bones are starting to shore up a little bit. We're starting to see it. Magic's happening already. This smells amazing. It's been 1 hour now. Let's go ahead and flip and take a look. If it looks a little dark, that's okay. That chipotle is gonna caramelize up just like that. A little dry basting of that chili lime is gonna give us the perfect crust. Dome down 10.
I love that dry basting trick.
It's a great trick. If ever you're a little concerned about slight over caramelization, dry baste just continues to build that educated bark that we're looking for. Remember, we're gonna wrap these so that bark's gonna soften up tremendously. Let's go ahead. I love the color, I love the textures, but I wanna go ahead and wrap. I can tell these guys by how much bone is showing, by how much bark we've built. Now is the time to wrap. So let's get thick foil or 2 thin layers here. A little bit of that Holmes-made Marty's Chili Verde salsa right on the center.
Verde, come on.
Yeah, so we got big, bold Chili Verde flavors. I mean, I told you, we're going to Mexico today, and that mesquite is coming through too, beautiful stuff. Just a little bit of that salsa right in the center, meat side down, wrap it, and then let's put each of these little slabs back on the grill, close the dome. You know, I think...
It's cool that they're individual little pockets.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, personal service, you know, boom, 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 ready to go, right on the plate. I think 45 minutes is gonna get us here. This is St. Louis style ribs in 1 hour and 45 minutes. I'm guessing, but the ribs will tell us. So it's been close to an hour. Let's take a look. Well, let's bring it over the board and take a look, because I'm confident that these babies are there.
I really do like the individual pockets. That's cool.
Yeah, you know, I think you get a little bit more smoke, a little more caramelization. Oh yeah. And let's flip these babies. This is the reveal right here as it just falls straight out. My goodness. And look at that. And the aromas are lovely. You know, good caramelization there. Still got some bubbles sneaking out of there. Let's say this is like Christmas come early. You're opening little presents.
It is like a little present.
Yeah. So now we've got some decisions to make. Do we want to slice them up and kind of Jenga them and then pour a little bit of that salsa verde on top in 3 different piles? Yeah, I think we do. Okay, let's do a bit of a deconstructed garnish here and bring back some of that chili verde to top with it. A little bit of minced cilantro, and there we are.
Never seen a rib like this.
I've never seen a rib like this. Textures, flavors, colors, everything is screaming, bite me.
What did you say earlier? The ribs can take you anywhere?
They can, right? So it's like, it's not a blank canvas by any means. Like Cheshire Pork, they did a ton to get this rib perfect, but it's just, where do you want to take it? Do we want to go Mediterranean? Do we want to go Central American, you know? And I think possibly depending on whatever holiday's coming up, maybe you focus on that, wherever the origins of that holiday may have been. Cinco de Mayo, whatever it might be, okay? Let's take a big bite here. I mean, I'm just like, let's just do it. Let's do it. Here we go. That's darn good rib. That's a real good rib. SOS perfecto. Like that is, I'll be honest with you, I've cooked a lot of ribs over the past 40 years. That's one of the best ribs I've ever had in my entire life. Something about that chili verde, something about the slight heat in the back from the chipotle, the mesquite smoke that we just used a little bit of. This is a fantastic cook and a year-round cook. This is great stuff. Folks, if you enjoyed this cook as much as I just enjoyed that bite, do all the things. Hit that notification button, give us a like, leave us a comment. Love reading those, and please share this video. It's a great one. And as always, from our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.